All right, guys, this has got to be a first. Tell us everything.
We did our grocery shopping at Aldi on Monday night after work and bought some cos lettuce, like a twin pack of cos lettuce. And it was funny because neither of us had $1 for the shopping trolley, so we're kind of carrying everything like this for most of the time we were shopping. But we didn't notice anything at all. We kind of bought our shopping and then rode home from the shop on a bike.
Oh my gosh, the snake even went on a bike ride, hey?
It went on a bike ride, yeah, which might be why it woke up. So he got it home. I was unpacking stuff on the kitchen table and kind of just saw this black thing moving at the end of one of the cos lettuce leaves. And at first I thought it was a worm, and I was already like freaking out because it would have been a huge worm. And then
it poked.
Yeah, then its little tongue came out, and I thought, well, worms don't have tongues. I know that much. And so I thought, well, it's a snake. And then we realized that the bag was already open as well, so the snake could have kind of come out at any time. But we don't really know when the bag opened. Like, it might have opened on the bike trip home, or
it might have already been opened by the time we picked it up from the supermarket shelf.
Yeah, that's a disturbing thought, that one.
What did you do next?
We put it in a big Tupperware container, like the whole bag with cos lettuce, once we realized that the bag was open, so that we could still watch it and still not get bitten.
And then I called Wires, and they tried to identify it over the phone. I thought it might have been a baby eastern brown snake, which is dangerous. Wires then got one of their snake kind of experts to get in touch, and we texted him a bunch of photos of it, and it took him a little while. Like, I think
they weren't too concerned at that stage.
No.
They said that they would get someone out to get it, but they weren't sure whether that would happen at the same night or the next morning, or they were pretty relaxed. At that stage.
And how were you guys feeling at that stage?
We were enjoying the snake, I think. Like, we
called our children straight away to like show them on the video chat. Yeah.
And how did the kids react?
I'm pretty excited.
Disbelief.
Yeah.
At first, I think.
I think that's how all of Australia is feeling right now.
So scary. And they've actually named the snake, right?
By now, my oldest son Arthur has decided that it should be called Greg.
Greg, so, I love it.
Greg the snake.
It's a very simple name.
We don't actually know the gender of the snake, because they have to probe it to find out its gender, and no one really wants to probe this poor thing. But the snake catcher that found it and who's been looking after it thinks that it has a bit of a male vibe. So we're going with it's a guy snake. So when they did identify it, it's a pale-headed snake, and they're like a vulnerable species, so there's not heaps of them around. As soon as they worked that out, they called straight back and said, "Oh, look, it's actually medically significant," which I thought might mean that, you know, if you get bitten by it, it might help with something. It might be some kind of medicinal value to this snake. But no, medically significant means that if you get bitten, you have to get to hospital really quickly because you might die. So once they worked that out, they
said that they'll come
straight away.
Yeah.
So someone came within 20 minutes of them kind of identifying it, and
by
then it was about 10:30 at night, I think, when the snake catcher kind of arrived.
Wow. And did they tell you what's going to happen to the snake now?
We got a text like an hour later saying that it's settled in for the night, and it's got a little warming pad that it likes, and that it's very happy.
Snake's doing okay. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
How's the lettuce doing?
Still good. Yeah, this is the actual lettuce, the snake lettuce. And we've been eating it in wraps every day. It's good.
You weren't put off?
You washed it thoroughly, right?
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of creatures that climb on lettuce. Just wash them off. So what's going to happen next with the snake is that this species, if it's released back into the wild, but like not where it lives, they become disorientated and can get eaten by predators really easily. So wires are really keen to kind of work out where it's from.
Exactly.
Like what field of lettuce is it from? So they've been working a bit with the supermarket Aldi to work out like where exactly it's from. And it turns out it's from near Toowoomba up in Queensland. The next step is that wires are going to be bringing it back across the border, which apparently is a bit complicated. You can't just drive across the border with a snake. You have to get permits and so on. And you can't just put it in the back seat of an Uber and ask them to take it.
They should just sneak it into a salad and send it up.
Yeah. Well, we offered for the lettuce to go with the snake because we thought, well, that's like its home. Like it should have its home. But they were like, no, snakes don't want lettuce.
No.
Apparently they do want lettuce because otherwise, why was it in the lettuce?
What did Aldi have to say to you guys?
Very concerned, very apologetic, and really keen to work with wires to get it back home. And I think there's a big internal investigation at Aldi kind of trying to work out where the snake might have come into the lettuce.
Yeah.
Do you think because it was a tiny baby snake, it was less dangerous at all? Did the wise guys say that?
No, because they have the same amount of poison, but they can't control how much they put into every bite. And apparently that species, they don't just bite once, but they strike a few times. And so that together with it not being able to control how much poison to put in would have been very dangerous. So I think it might even be more dangerous for a baby snake.
Will you be checking for a snake every time you get lettuce now?
Yeah.
Big time, yeah. I don't know whether, the same snake can happen to the same person twice, but I'm very keen to, my worst nightmare would be chopping up the lettuce and then finding pieces of a snake. That would be horrible.
But I reckon it's safe to say this is let's hope it's a pretty once-off situation.
Yeah.
Apparently there's been no other reports of snakes and lettuces, according to Aldi, so I assume we're just very lucky to meet this snake.
Will you still be buying lettuce?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
I'm worried we're going to scare the children. It's probably pretty safe to say you won't find a snake in your lettuce normally, right?
No.
It won't happen.
But always wash your lettuce and your vegetables really well because there could be other things in there, including snakes. And if you do find a snake, don't panic. Just don't touch the snake. Don't try and catch the snake. Put the snake somewhere safe where you can contain it if you can. If it's still in its lettuce bag, you can easily put that in some Tupperware or something.
And cord wires.
Cord wires, yeah. Don't hurt the snake.
Is this just so weird for you guys? Did you ever expect that this would be the thing that everybody would know you for?
Yeah, it's not ideal. Actually, we should be famous for other things, right?
Yeah, totally.
We should be, yeah. But it's snake salad.
And it's the snake that should be famous, actually.
And the snake catcher.
Yeah.
And wires, just in general.
I think we're all just watching being like, wow, like imagine if that had happened to me. So we want to talk to you because we're like, whoa, what was it like? I can't imagine that happening to me.
Yeah, it was very exciting. And it's been interesting to see the various reports from around the world, most of which are completely poorly kind of reported.
Thanks heaps for chatting, and I hope that you have safer lettuce encounters in the future.
Thanks.
Thank you.